Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. We're going to be looking at the delightful solo from Right Side of the Bed by Atreyu. Let's take a look. Alright guys, before we get too excited, we just need to talk about the tuning, which goes C, G, C, F, A, D. So get yourself in tune and we'll get started. Alright guys, let's have a look at the first section. I'm going to start off with a unison bend from 10 of the second string and 12 of the third. We're just bending up the third string there. Then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I've got to pull off from 13 to 10 on the second string, and then I want to jump to 10 of the third string. And then I do a very similar idea, but I'm pulling off 11 to 10 on the second string and then playing 10 of the third. So we're going to go that exact same idea 2 times in a row. Then it goes. So the end of that phrase, I'm pulling off 11 to 10 on the second string, and then I'm pulling off 12 to 10 on the third. So all together, hopefully that's all making sense. Then it'll go for a very similar idea. So what I've got on the second group is the same start. I do the same thing twice. But instead of just doing a pull-off, I'm doing a hammer-on pull-off. So I'm going 10, 11, 10 as a hammer-on pull-off on the second string. And then just the 12, 10 pull off on the third string. After that, we're going to borrow that whole first chunk again with exactly the same start and exactly the same ending. So let's take it from the unison bend we had at the start, and then those 3 chunks of those pull off riffs. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm doing a bend from 13 of the second string, and then when I'm holding it at the top of that full tone, I'm hitting a cheeky 13 on the first string. I'm just chucking my pinky under there. You can use middle to the ring if you want to, but I think ring to the pinky makes the most sense to me. So what I've got there, after I've hit that pinky note at the top, I'm going to hit the bend on the way down, pull off to 11, and then do a full tone bend from 13 again on the second string. So all together. And that's pretty much the whole first section. So let's go from that unison bend leading in, all of those pull-offy riffs, and then that little cheeky bend with the pinky at the end. From the start of this whole section, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Alright guys, let's have a look at the second section. It's going to start off with some pretty funky legato stuff. Let's slow that down. I'm starting off by playing 13 of the first string, and then I'm pulling off 12, 10. So I've got that little roll there, and I'm doing exactly the same frets and concept on the second string. At the end of that, I go to the third string, and I want to play 12 as a full tone bend, up and back, and then pull off to 10. And then I'm just going to play 12, 10 again, but as a pull off. All together, and that was resolving to 12 of the fourth string. I should have mentioned that. This is what we should have thus far from the start. At the end of that, what I'm doing here is I'm playing 10 of the third string, 12 of the fourth, and then I hit 12 of the fourth again, and add a cheeky pinch there. So this is what we should have from the start, a little bit slower. At the end of that, I work into this phrase. very Panama-y sounding. I'm doing a bend from 12 of the 3rd string. And then when I'm holding it at the top of that full tone, I'm going to tap 17, 15, 17. And I'm going to keep pulling off in between. The next thing I do is I play 19, 17, 15. So we go. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then after that, I go into a very, very simple tap lick, which is this. So what I'm doing here is I'm tapping 17 of the 2nd string, pulling off to the 10, and then hammering to 13. So I'm going 17, 10, 13. I do that 4 times. So relatively manageable triplets, and then I do it again from 18. Okay, at the end of that, I go to this. So what I've got here is I'm pulling off 11, 10 on the 2nd string. Then I go 10, 12 on the 3rd, but I'm playing both of these notes. At the end of that. So I've got a sort of a regular 12 and then a bent 12. I bend it up and back into the pull-off to 10. So I go... At the end of that, just resolving to some cheeky vibrato. So that last phrase a little slower. And that's the whole thing. So let's go from the start of the section from that cheeky little legato lick at the start. We'll do it relatively slowly, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo from Right Side of the Bed by Atreyu. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please click the links in the description box to my Facebook group and my Patreon. I'll catch you guys all very soon.